The universe. It's what's around us, and it's what contains every galaxy, every star, and every planet, including planet Earth. And I'm sure you've all been told that the universe is expanding. But did you know it's expanding at a rate of 73 kilometers per second? Your car would have to travel at over 262,000 kilometers per hour to match that speed. Now that is a definite speeding ticket. But what is the universe expanding into? Well, first of all, we need to explain how the universe expands. You see, the universe began expanding from the Big Bang, which was what created it. And at this point, it was just the size of a pinhead. From then, it began to expand. You'll notice that as the universe expands, it keeps the same shape it had at the beginning and gets bigger in every direction. You'll also notice the gap between stars, galaxies, and planets will also begin to expand. But their position stays the same in comparison to the larger universe. Let's take a balloon, for example. We'll paint some stars on it and we'll blow it up. As the balloon gets bigger, you'll notice it keeps the same shape, but gets bigger in every direction. And you'll also notice the gap between those stars expanding. This is the same concept as the universe's expansion, but obviously on a much smaller scale. So what does the universe expand into? Well, most scientists actually believe that there's nothing outside of the universe. That in order for it to expand, it needs to create its own space and expand into that instead. So we know that the universe is expanding, and we know how it expands. But now, I'm really going to blow your minds. So I've told you that the universe has a beginning, and now we're in the middle. But like every good story, we must have an ending. And scientists actually have two main theories for this ending. The first is the Big Freeze. The theory that the universe will continue expanding, burning all of its energy, cooling the universe down to the point where it's completely freezing, turning the universe into a frozen wasteland for the rest of eternity. Now that's quite a sad theory, but perhaps a much happier theory is the Big Crunch. The theory that the universe will again continue on expanding, but getting to a point where it can't expand anymore, where something called dark matter begins to pull it back together, reversing the effects of expansion, bringing it right back down to where it all began, repeating the cycle of the universe. Now don't worry, this isn't theorized to happen for another 22 billion years, so you can be sure of one main thing. You won't be around to see it. Thank you.
Excellent. James, thank you very much. Another fantastic talk. We went from literally the Big Bang through to the end of the universe. So you went for quite a big topic in your 3 minutes. Just covered all of time, which is impressive. Now let's go to the judges and see if they've got any questions they'd like to ask. Adam, would you like to ask something?
Yes, so first of all, I'm very relieved that we've got another 22 billion years, so that's good. Lots and lots of material that you could pick in here and that you've put in. What's your favourite thing that you've learnt about the universe?
Well, I'd say my favourite thing is probably how it will end, because it's really interesting the cycle it goes through, but it's the ending that everyone's looking to discover. It's the one thing that no one's completely certain on, but they have their two main theories, and that's how ultimately it will end. So that's my favourite part of it all.
Cool. Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you. And Joe, would you like to have something?
Yes, I mean, it is such a big topic. I'm just wondering what you had to leave out of your talk that you would have liked to have included if you could.
Yeah, well, I would have obviously explained more about, as it's expanding, how planets and stars and things like that were formed. I'd also go into more about dark matter as it pulls the universe back together. I'd talk more about gravity as well and how they're at a tug of war together, trying to overpower one another. So I'd go into more about that.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Excellent. Let's give James another massive round of applause. Thank you very much, James.